All rise.
Sports Court is in session.
Sports Court. Recently, you all heard about UCLA and USC joining the Big Ten. But what about that school just down the road in South Bend? Is now the time for Notre Dame to join the Big Ten? I say absolutely. It's about time for the Irish to join the conference. I know they played in the ACC before, but geographically and everything else, historically, athletically, it just makes sense for them to finally join the Big Ten. And with NBC starting to add the Big Ten to their TV contract, now's the time.
I couldn't disagree anymore. I covered the Irish in South Bend. The one thing that's unique about being an independent team, especially like Notre Dame, you're on national TV every single week. If you join the Big Ten Conference, what happens when Notre Dame plays Rutgers and that game's on BTN Plus? No one's going to be able to see it. Notre Dame is a national brand that people want to see either win or lose on college football Saturdays. People won't be able to see them anymore. You get the Shamrock Series where they play in a unique football stadium every single season. You're not going to get that if you join a conference. You're not going to get to play Navy, which they've done for decades on decades. There are so many other factors in it, but that I think is the main factor. Now, Jamal, I know if Notre Dame joins the Big Ten, you'll get those rivalries like Purdue, Indiana, Michigan, Michigan State, but isn't it cool to have an independent team that's still kind of hated by everybody in college football?
No. I mean, we can hate Notre Dame no matter if they join a conference or not. Michigan fans are going to hate Notre Dame. Michigan State fans are going to hate Notre Dame. Matter of fact, if you join the Big Ten, you can continue those rivalries with Michigan, Michigan State, Purdue, and USC, among many others. That's 4 games right there against conference opponents. Fans are going to be able to see them even if they're on the Big Ten network, because you know they're not going to put the Irish on Plus. Well, when it comes to football, Notre Dame could still schedule Navy in the non-conference. They could schedule Stanford in the non-conference. They could still figure out a way to make it work. But it's not just about football. Geographically, it makes sense for all Notre Dame sports to be in the Big Ten. It's in the footprint of Big Ten territory. The only thing keeping Notre Dame out of the Big Ten is their own stubbornness to be independent, and they have that NBC money with that TV deal. Well, guess what? Now the Big Ten's cutting into that. So eventually it's gonna happen. And I say, what better time than right now for Notre Dame? Just come on home, join the Big Ten.
It's never going to happen, at least as long as athletic director Jack Swarbrick is still in charge there. It doesn't make sense, and you said that it's right to join the Big Ten Conference. Well, the ACC, that's where they play in basketball. You lose playing Duke, you lose playing North Carolina every year. Notre Dame won the ACC tournament in basketball in 2015, where they almost beat Kentucky in the NCAA tournament. There's just so many things to factor in this, and I just think Notre Dame's just not going to make that decision. All right, so what's your opinion? We want to hear it.
Head to our Facebook page to comment, and next week we'll highlight our favorite.
Last week we asked who will rank higher at the end of the season, Michigan or Michigan State, and the results in the jury poll were, well, sorry, Jamal.
To be expected. Michigan has a super soft schedule this year. They might be undefeated when they play Michigan State, or even undefeated when they play Ohio State. I get why people say that, but that's why you play the games. We'll see what happens. Until next time, Sports Court is adjourned.